Rosina Sini with Asian Network reports.
First today, a charity has published a book on forced marriages that they want children at schools to read. The fictional story about an Indian girl whose parents try to force her to marry is aimed at teenagers and gives advice on how to get help if they know someone in the same situation. Many young victims of forced marriage are taken abroad during summer holidays, and the Freedom Charity believes if more children were able to spot the signs, then there might be fewer cases. Divya Talwar has been speaking to students from a school in East London where the book's already available.
Abby doesn't care how he looks. Don't you get it? She's only 15. She wants to be at school and have some freedom. She doesn't want to get married.
These students at Swanley School in Tower Hamlets are the first to get hold of the book, but it's not fair.
Sophia's favourite saying is, but it's not fair. She says it so often. It becomes a family joke, and we just smile in response.
The book's aimed at teenagers and tells the story of how a young girl saves her best friend from a forced marriage. Aneeta Prem from the charity Freedom wrote it.
The aim is that we get every teenager in the country a copy of the book, and they would be able to help their best friend on what to do if it happens to them. The book will actually enlighten young people into make a difference. It's empowering young people to take responsibility.
Last year, the government's forced marriage unit helped more than 1,700 victims. Most of them were still at school. But the issue of forced marriage isn't part of the school curriculum. Charities like Freedom are campaigning for that to change.
We're hoping under citizenship, dishonour killings and forced marriage is a really key area that is taken up with schools. And I think we have to stop being culturally sensitive, because we're not really just aiming this at the victim, we're aiming this at all young people that may know somebody that it happens to.
Last month, a report by the government's Home Affairs Select Committee found schools weren't doing enough to help forced marriage victims. MP Keith Vaz was behind the report.
We need teachers to monitor their classrooms so we know when children are missing, but more importantly, young people need to know exactly what they have to do, and this book, in a very simple and straightforward way, provides the message better than anything that I have seen.
Before Tara went missing, my idea of what wasn't fair was not getting what I wanted from the shops or not being able to stay up late.
The book might be a useful tool to help friends of victims spot the signs of forced marriage, but are teenagers likely to read it?
I'm Miss Bami Manjot from Swanley School, and I think this book is just the kind of books a lot of the girls in my school read, because I'm a librarian and they borrow this kind of book all the time. They're always looking for human interest stories, and I think this would really appeal to them.
The book's being piloted at this school before the charity take it to classrooms around the country. So what do the students here think?
I'm Fazia. This would help me. Like, if one of my friends were in trouble, I could use this book to help them out.
I'm Samina, and I'm 14, and I think it's not like any ordinary book. It's actually trying to say a story. Like, if someone's in trouble, like the book, there's two characters. There's one of them that's in trouble, and they will know the right thing to do if they know someone that's in trouble.
Asian Network reports with Rosina Sini.